Good evening. The news summary for this Tuesday, 10th January. Chief Justice Ronnie Govindan has today presided over the formal reopening of the Supreme Court. As usual, it included a church service, and the formal ceremony took place at Palais Justice Il-Jibor.
It was in a church service at the St. Paul Cathedral that the Supreme Court reopened today, a traditional ceremony held on the 10th of January each year. The message by the Bishop Alain Harel was the main address, calling on the judiciary to find reparation for victims of social injustices such as violence against women, abuse of minors, corruption, amongst others. The ceremony, which lasted slightly over an hour, was attended by officials from all three branches of the government, including the executive branch led by President Wever Ramkalawan. Speaker Roger Mancienne from the National Assembly also attended. The religious ceremony was followed by a procession by the members of the judiciary, who then headed to the Palais de Justice for an official ceremony where Chief Justice Ronnie Govindan addressed the members. And in an interview with the press after the official opening ceremony, Chief Justice Govindan emphasized on the need for even more collaboration between the judiciary and the media. Chief Justice Govindan also went in depth on the judiciary's theme for this year, Justice First, focusing on justice being served on all aspects on the judiciary's work.
Priority for the court this year is to continue with our 2021-2025 strategy, and this one is putting justice first. So whatever we do, whatever services that we render, we have to ensure that what we do is to promote the rights of the citizens. More and more we are becoming relevant. More and more we are in the limelight. More and more people are seeing what we are doing here. So the more we have to open our courts, the doors of our courts, to open our minds and ensure that when we decide cases, we do it fairly, impartially, and we make sure that the justice comes first. And as always, we welcome you, the media, to our Palais de Justice. You're always welcome. And keep doing what you're doing. Do your good reporting. You bring whatever happens here in the courtrooms at 8, and you give them a perspective of things. So you are an extension of the judiciary.
The former Deputy Commissioner of Police, Ron Bonlam, has given his first official reaction in relation to the termination of his employment as Deputy Commissioner of Police. He says in a communique he believes the termination of his appointment was not in accordance with the law and certainly was not due to the restructuring of the police force. He says he has instructed his lawyer to start proceedings in respect to the illegal termination of his employment.
In the communique, Mr. Bonham says he had previously refrained from making any statement in relation to the termination out of respect for the police force and the office he was occupying, since he was still a member of the force until the 5th of this month, as per his letter of termination. Appointed on the 31st of August 2021, Mr. Bonham described that on the 5th of last month, he was called into Commissioner of Police Ted Barbe's office, where he was handed a letter by Mr. Barbe informing and notifying him of the termination of appointment effective 5th January 2023. He says that although his termination was to take effect on the 5th of January, he was informed in the same letter that he was being relieved of all his duties with immediate effect from the 5th of December 2022. He adds that since the date of his appointment until his termination, he has discharged his responsibilities in a professional, honorable, and dignified manner.
Telecommunication companies China-Seychelles and Cayman Wireless Seychelles are committed to give a better customer experience for people who use internet. China-Seychelles Chief Amadoudina has promised to give cheaper and better services, which are also different. Georges Dauphin, who is Cayman Wireless Seychelles CEO, emphasized on the company's core objective, which is to continue to bring down the cost of internet in Seychelles. Both companies have been connected to the second submarine cable, Pakistan East Africa connecting Europe, PEACE. The outgoing Chinese ambassador to Seychelles, Go Wei, has said China will continue to support Seychelles in various areas such as the blue economy and the military. She says there are projects that the Chinese government sponsored Seychelles, which has been completed or nearly completed, such as the SPC House and others. She says the 4 years she has been in Seychelles has brought the two countries closer as a diplomatic relations and friendship dated many years ago. Ambassadors was speaking during an interview at State House after paying a farewell visit to President Weaver Ramkalawan. That's the end of this news summary. Join me at 8 for the news bulletin in Creole. Until then, have a pleasant evening.